Hello and welcome. So I'm here again with another interesting and important internal auditing standard, resource management standard 2030. This is Tausif Mushtaq, an audit strategist and control specialist, board advisor with over 2 decades of experience in audit controls, fraud examinations, and forensic reviews. If you're new to my videos, the purpose of my videos and the objective of Audit and Assurance series is to promote the internal audit profession in its basic spirit, whereby the internal auditors having a clear understanding of the standards and the international professional practices framework overall, so they can contribute in achieving the mission of internal audit. It would be useful to repeat here the mission of internal audit as defined by the Institute of Internal Auditors. It is to enhance and protect the organizational value by providing risk-based and objective assurance and advice and insight. So as per our normal practice, let's ask some interesting questions and then try to get responses to those questions in the process of reviewing this standard about the resource management. So let's come to the questions. Define appropriate and sufficient with reference to internal audit resources. How to assess the appropriateness of resources. What to consider while allocating specific resources. How to implement Standard 2030 resource management. How resource gaps can be filled. What are the options with Chief Audit Executive on insufficient quantity of resources? What to consider when developing an audit schedule. Why is it important for the Chief Audit Executive to gauge the overall adequacy of resources? So as per the basic requirement of Standard 2030 resource management is the Chief Audit Executive must ensure that internal audit resources are appropriate, sufficient and effectively deployed to achieve the approved plan. Now let's double click the definitions of appropriate, sufficient and effective deployment. Appropriate refers to the mix of knowledge, skills, and other competencies needed to perform the plan. For example, a team with a mix of skills such as IT, fraud, or specialized knowledge of relevant industry. Sufficient refers to the quantity of resources needed to accomplish the plan. This can be assessed in relation to the risk-based audit plan to deliver, and any gaps should be highlighted. Effective deployment. Resources are effectively deployed when they are used in a way that optimizes the achievement of the approved plan. You may simply say value for money. When developing the internal audit plan under Standard 2010, and reviewing it with the board and senior management as per Standard 2020, the Chief Audit Executive considers and discusses the resources needed to accomplish the plan's priorities. So now let's understand how to implement the Standard 2030 resource management. To implement a standard, the Chief Audit Executive usually begins by gaining a deeper understanding of the resources available to the internal audit activity in the board approved internal audit plan. The Chief Audit Executive may carefully consider the number of internal audit staff and productive work hours available to implement the plan within the organization's schedule constraints. When we talk about productive work hours, they generally exclude factors such as paid time off, like the sick leaves, annual leaves, and also time is spent on training and administrative tasks. The Chief Audit Executive may also want to reflect on the approved budget and consider the funds available for training, technology, or additional staffing in order to achieve the plan. How to assess the appropriateness of resources? To gain an overview of the internal audit activities, collective knowledge, skills, and other competencies, the Chief Audit Executive may review a documented skill assessment, if available, or gather information from employees' performance appraisals and post-audit surveys. What to consider while allocating specific resources? When allocating specific resources to the engagements is identified in the approved audit plan, the Chief Audit Executive may consider how the available resources match up with the particular skills and timing required to perform the engagements. During this process, the Chief Audit Executive typically works to fill any gaps that may have been identified. How resource gap can be filled? To fill gaps related to the internal audit staff's knowledge, skills, and competencies, the Chief Audit Executive could provide training or for existing staff, request an expert from within the organization to serve as a guest auditor, hire a staff, or hire an external service provider. What are the options with the Chief Audit Executive on insufficient quantity of resources? If the quantity of resources is insufficient to cover the planned engagements efficiently and effectively, the Chief Audit Executive may hire additional staff, co-source or outsource engagements, use one or more guest auditors, or develop a rotational auditing program. What to consider when developing an audit schedule? When developing an audit schedule for internal audit engagements, the Chief Audit Executive considers the organization's schedule, the schedules of individual internal auditors, and the availability of auditable entities. For example, if an audit engagement needs to occur during a specific time of year, the resources needed to complete that engagement must also be available at that time. Likewise, if an auditable entity is unavailable or constrained during a certain period of the year due to business needs, the engagement would be scheduled to avoid that period. Why is it important for the Chief Audit Executive to gauge the overall adequacy of resources? It is important for the Chief Audit Executive because the Chief Audit Executive must report on the impact of resource limitations under Standard 2020 and on the internal audit activities performance relative to its plan, which is under Standard 2060, which we will cover later on. To affirm that resources are appropriate, sufficient, and effectively deployed, the Chief Audit Executive establishes metrics that assess the internal audit activities performance and solicits feedback from internal audit clients. So, how to demonstrate conformance with this standard? Documentation that evidences the conformance with Standard 2030 could include the internal audit plan, which contains the estimated schedule of audit engagements and resources allocated, a post-audit comparison of budgeted hours to actual hours may be documented to validate that resources were deployed effectively. The results of client assessments related to the performance of the internal audit activity and individual internal auditors are often noted in post-audit reports, surveys, and annual reports. So thank you so much for staying in and getting the understanding of standard 2030 resource management, which is equally important and important to know, because resource limitations or the resource requirement is a very important subject. And when you are delivering an audit plan, you need to know how resources can be deployed effectively and what is sufficient and appropriateness. So we have understood that in the process of this standard. Please share my video with other students, and also like my video, subscribe my channel, and expect some more interesting videos on the subject of audit and assurance and key risk areas as well. Thank you so much.